For thousands of years, money has been humanity's greatest shared story. But now, that trust is shifting from governments to code. Money isn't just changing, it's being rewritten, and the rewrite has already begun. Welcome back to Smash Crypto Zone. I'm Josh, and around here, we translate the chaos of crypto into simple, real-world understanding. Today, we're diving into a question that affects everyone, even those who've never touched Bitcoin or Ethereum. What happens when money itself goes digital, decentralized, and global? By the end of this episode, you'll understand where money comes from, why crypto matters far beyond price charts, and how to actually prepare for this shift in your own life. And hey, if the financial world's been moving faster than you can keep up, hit subscribe and stay here. We slow it down, strip out the hype, and make it make sense. The evolution of money, from barter to Bitcoin. Let's start at the beginning. Money isn't magic, it's technology. A long time ago, people traded goods directly, a chicken for a bag of rice, but barter fails when needs don't match, so we invented coins to represent value. Metal became trust. Then came paper, lighter to carry and easier to print. That worked until paper itself lost meaning, so we pegged it to gold. And when that broke down, governments declared money has value because we say so. That's what fiat means by decree. Fast forward, the credit card era, then PayPal, then Apple Pay. Each leap made money faster, but not freer. Every swipe still ran through a middleman taking a cut. Now we stand at another turning point. Crypto didn't appear out of nowhere. It's the next step in a 5,000-year evolution of solving one core problem: trust. Every change in money reshaped civilizations, and crypto will too. The birth of Bitcoin. 2008, the global financial crisis. Banks collapsed, trust collapsed. Then, a pseudonymous coder named Satoshi Nakamoto posted a white paper, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. For the first time, people could send value directly to each other without a bank in between. Bitcoin solved what's called the double spend problem. Before Bitcoin, digital money could be copied like an MP3. Satoshi's blockchain solved that by letting everyone verify every transaction, a public, tamper-proof ledger maintained by thousands of computers. Think of blockchain like a shared Google sheet that no one can edit alone. It's open, permanent, and self-auditing. Bitcoin also hard-coded scarcity. Only 21 million will ever exist. That's digital gold. But more than a currency, Bitcoin was a philosophy. Take power from institutions and give it back to individuals. It was the spark that lit a global movement. And that spark ignited an explosion of innovation. New blockchains, new purposes, new ways to think about value. Coming up next, how that single idea evolved into a universe of crypto beyond Bitcoin, and the rise of crypto ecosystem. Bitcoin opened the door, but it couldn't do everything. That's where the next generation came in. Ethereum arrived in 2015, bringing smart contracts, code that executes agreements automatically. If Bitcoin was digital gold, Ethereum was programmable money. It let developers build decentralized apps, finance, art, even gaming, all running without middlemen. Then there's XRP, focused on global payments. Instead of waiting 3 days for an international wire, XRP can settle in seconds with almost no fees. That's why major financial institutions have experimented with it. Solana tackled speed and scalability, a blockchain capable of thousands of transactions per second. Think of it as the high-performance sports car of crypto. And Cardano took a research-first path, slow, peer-reviewed, eco-friendly, aiming for long-term stability over hype. Each of these projects solved different pain points. Bitcoin fixed trust, Ethereum fixed functionality, XRP fixed payments, Solana fixed speed, Cardano fixed sustainability. Crypto isn't one coin, it's an ecosystem of ideas competing to redesign finance. And that competition drives innovation faster than any single government or corporation ever could. What's really changing? Trust and control. Money has always been about trust. We trusted kings, then banks, then central banks, and now, for the first time, we can trust math. With crypto, your assets live on a network you control through private keys, a digital signature only you possess. That's called self-custody. When you hold your own keys, you don't need permission to send or receive value. It's like owning your financial house instead of renting it. But ownership brings responsibility. Lose those keys and no one can bail you out. That's both empowering and terrifying, a mirror of real freedom. We're moving from a world of central trust to shared trust to self-trust, and that's revolutionary. So what happens when governments see millions of people opting out of their systems? That's where the story gets complicated. Enter the governments, CBDCs, and regulation. Right now, over 130 countries are researching or piloting Central Bank Digital Currencies, or CBDCs. A CBDC is a digital version of national money, like the dollar or euro, but issued directly by the central bank and tracked on a government-controlled ledger. To the average person, it may look like progress, instant payments, no paper, less friction, but behind the convenience lies the question of control. Unlike Bitcoin, a CBDC can be programmed, and that means governments could, in theory, restrict where or when you spend, set expiration dates, or monitor every transaction in real time. China's digital yuan is already in use, and the European Central Bank and Federal Reserve are exploring pilots. It's the mirror image of crypto: centralized, traceable, efficient, but not free. Governments argue it'll fight fraud and speed up welfare payments. Critics worry it'll give unprecedented insight into private lives. So the future may not be crypto versus CBDCs, it may be both, coexisting, with people choosing between freedom and convenience. And that battle between open systems and controlled ones is the defining financial story of our time. Coming up next, we'll look at the clash that's already beginning: power, policy, and the fight for financial freedom. Every revolution in money has faced resistance. When paper replaced gold, people protested. When credit cards appeared, they called them dangerous. Now, crypto challenges the very architecture of finance, and the old guard doesn't surrender easily. Banks want to integrate blockchain without losing power. Governments want innovation without losing oversight. Regulators want safety without slowing progress. And here's the truth: all three are necessary. Without guardrails, chaos wins. Without freedom, progress dies. We're entering a phase where policy will define the playing field, not the game itself. Think of it like the early internet. Regulators feared it, then tried to control it, then realized it couldn't be stopped. The same arc is unfolding with crypto right now. Remember when people said, "Why would anyone need email when we already have the post office?" That's where we are with money today. So this clash between innovation and control isn't about destroying the old system. It's about forcing it to evolve. And evolution always wins. Now, let's make this practical. How do you prepare for the world that's coming? First, replace fear with curiosity. Don't try to predict which coin will win. Learn what problems each one is trying to solve. Bitcoin is sound money. Ethereum powers centralized applications. XRP moves money across borders. Solana speeds it all up. Cardano builds it sustainably. Second, understand custody. Owning crypto isn't like a bank account. When you hold your keys, you are the bank. That's freedom, but it's also responsibility. Use trusted wallets. Back up your recovery phrases. Learn how to move assets safely. Third, build gradually. I always tell new investors, don't chase hype, build habits. Dollar cost averaging. Investing small, consistent amounts over time removes emotion from the equation. And last, stay educated. Subscribe here, follow credible voices, and keep testing small before going big. Because in the new financial system, knowledge compounds faster than money. Let's clear the air on some myths that hold people back. Myth 1. Crypto is only for criminals. That's outdated. According to the 2024 Chain Analysis Report, illicit activity made up less than 1% of all crypto transactions. That's a smaller percentage than in traditional banking. Myth 2. It's too late to start. We are still early. Global crypto adoption sits well under 10%. Imagine joining the internet in 1998. That's where we are today. It's all gambling. Speculation exists, sure, but investing wisely in proven projects with discipline, is no more gambling than buying a stock or starting a business. The real mistake is ignoring a revolution because you don't fully understand it yet. And here's the secret. Everyone who's successful in crypto today once felt confused too. They just didn't stop learning. When knowledge goes up, fear goes down. And the big picture, a world rewritten by code. Let's zoom out. Crypto started as money, but its technology, blockchain, goes far beyond currency. Supply chains, digital identity, voting, real estate titles, all can run on transparent, tamper-proof ledgers. Think about this. When you buy something online, you trust half a dozen intermediaries to make sure it works. Your bank, your card processor, your shipping company, your store. Blockchain replaces all of that with one transparent system of truth. It's the internet of value, not just information. Satoshi Nakamoto wrote, "What is needed is an electronic payment system based on cryptographic proof instead of trust." And that single idea is reshaping how the world defines ownership, freedom, and connection. But with freedom comes responsibility. Because when you own your assets, your security depends on you, your discipline, your research, your patience. Coming up, we'll close with the mindset that wins in this new era and how to stay grounded when the noise gets loud. The mindset that wins the next era. Technology alone doesn't create wealth. Mindset does. Crypto rewards patience and conviction, not panic and prediction. It's about time preference, valuing long-term gain over short-term dopamine. The internet took 2 decades to mature. It went from dial-up to smartphones to AI. Crypto will take time too, and that's good. True revolutions are slow until they're suddenly everywhere. You don't need to time the market, you need to survive it. Here's how I look at it. From barter to Bitcoin, evolution favors the curious. The people who keep learning, not guessing, are the ones who thrive. Every new technology feels risky before it feels normal. Airplanes, credit cards, even the internet, all were doubted and then eventually adopted. And we're in that same in-between phase with crypto. So keep your emotions steady. Build habits, not hopes. Learn first, act second. Because the future of money doesn't belong to the lucky, it belongs to the ready. Alright, let's recap. We went from the origins of money to Bitcoin's birth, through Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, and into the coming age of CBDCs and digital freedom. We talked about how trust is shifting, how control is being redefined, and how the key to surviving all this isn't guessing what happens next. It's understanding why it's happening. So if you're ready to go deeper into Bitcoin, the foundation of everything we discussed, watch my video linked on the screen, What is Bitcoin? The Beginner's Guide. And if this helped you see money differently, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. This channel exists to help you stay ahead of the curve with truth, not hype. Money is changing. The question is, are you ready?